There's some shopping news this week. Hasbro unveiled a $700 transforming Optimus Prime. That's a programmable robot as well. And I have to admit, it does look pretty cool. And I thought about buying it for about 30 seconds. And then I thought, what the fuck am I going to do with this thing? And then I didn't buy it. What about you, Chip? Did you buy it?
I did not buy it. I wouldn't be totally surprised if Mrs. Shipwreck bought it, but just because it seems like something that she would enjoy as well. My struggle, I mean, $700 is a lot. It looks like it does a lot, right? Like
Correct.
it can
But does it
walk
but does it do $700 a lot?
It does a lot.
I mean, $700 is. I mean,
it is a lot.
Think of all the things you could get. Think of what else you could get for $700 before, like, you know, the Star Wars 1-up machine that you could sit in. I'd rather have that than a talking Optimus Prime.
There's plenty of stuff that I don't know.
Maple syrup, so much maple syrup.
Yeah, you could get a lot of maple syrup for this.
You could get some like a PlayStation 5 and then like a half a PlayStation 5 and stack them on top of each other.
You can't get a PlayStation 5 for $700.
Right.
If you get it at the right time.
You're lucky if you're working hard.
Yeah.
It's really cool. There's no denying that.
I wouldn't say really cool. That's sort of
cool. I mean, cool maybe, but it's got a lot of functionality.
It's cool.
It's got
you just ordered or you're excited about your omnibus.
Right. How much was that?
My $100.
Well, that's not nothing.
That's not nothing.
No, it's not nothing. I never said my book was cheap, but I could get 7 of them. For the
your book doesn't have Optimus Prime's voice and all the voice clips talking to you.
You know what? I could also go on YouTube if I really want to hear Peter Cullen say "roll out."
Right.
My issues. I have like really, I don't know, detailed issues, like stupid issues with this thing, and it's partly because it's $700, right?
Yeah, it better be perfect for $700.
The thing where he transforms and he has like a red plastic around the back of his head.
Yeah.
Not what I'm.
No, it needs to be on. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
I didn't. Well,
you don't notice it because you can take that off manually. But when he exactly, you want Optimus Prime to reach back there and rip the thing off the back of there by himself.
Why is there even anything there?
And throw it and say, "Take that, Megatron."
It's what covers it up his head when he goes into truck mode. It's the top of the cab, and I'm like, that. I understand they're trying to save money somewhere, but maybe not around his head. Maybe make that like a really expensive portion of this.
Right. That makes sense.
And then the other one is that in different videos, he transforms and he does like a twist from front to back.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's not what Optimus does.
I had the same sort of.
Yeah, I hate myself for that too. Like I'm like watching it.
But you shouldn't. For $700, it needs to be perfect.
Right.
If it was $200, it could be a half-ass transformation with a red box behind it.
But it's not like it's anything but half-assed though. Like they spent a lot of time engineering this thing. It's just like, oh, like $700 is a lot for me to every time that thing transforms go, well, that's not how he transforms.
Right.
How many times are you gonna do that?
Every day.
A lot for $700.
I mean, I was gonna say, right? Like every day, you're gonna have to. Oh, I better play with this.
Right, better keep it on the kitchen counter and get your good value out of it.
Get my $700 out of this.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get it. It's just too much trouble. Like then I'm gonna think like the whole time, was this worth the $700? I'd rather just.
It's not. I'll tell you right now.
It's gonna be worth the $700 because it's gonna go up in value.
Oh,
yeah. Well, keep it in the box. I'm sure it'll sold out.
Yeah, it'll go up in value even outside of the box. It'll go up in value. Transformers do well long term.
Right. All right. But shouldn't you just buy...
Get rid of the red thing and make him not twist when he transforms.
The Fortnite Snake Eyes is more my speed.
Make a trailer that's also remote controlled that just slides in behind him, just out of nowhere.
Right, just appears.
Yeah.
Also, you know the other thing I was thinking? That Optimus Prime, like... Okay, Optimus Prime, iconic and everything, leader, but also like kind of overdone. Like maybe like if it was Soundwave, I would have a harder time resisting. The voice is a lot cooler. The transformation, they could pull that transformation off like a lot smoother with the automate. You wouldn't have to do any of that like red, any blue plastic covers or anything. It was a very simple transformation. I don't know. You could have the thing come out of his chest, just launching cassette tapes. I don't know. Optimus, like, I don't know.
Down,
it's too much
I'm down
Optimus.
for a $700 Jazz that does the breakdance transformation where he twists up off of his arm.
Right. That was good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, they're not making that. Soundwave is coming first, I feel, before Jazz.
What about a $700 scooter that you could actually ride?
They make
that's
those.
Mask.
Oh. All right,
Are you talking about T-Bot?
Yeah,
T-Bot was Mask?
Scooter.
that was Mask.
Oh.
Scooter was GoBots.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Of Scooter.
Scooter was GoBots.
GoBots.
Scooter was GoBots. Sorry, I'm getting older and I mix my things up in my brain.
That's okay. Oculus Quest Corner. I checked out something that Shipwreck might be interested in. There's a piece of software called Venues, and what they do in Venues is they hold virtual events, scheduled events like sporting events. So last night they had the Laker game on as inside the Venues, and what you do is you create an avatar, and you can go and watch a live event with other people in sort of virtual reality. So I'm watching the Laker game, and like you can be like, it's like you're really in the crowd, and you see everything looks sort of, like you're watching it from inside a stadium. You look up and you see the scoreboard, the Jumbotron or whatever they call it. The problem is everything is really blurry because the resolution is so low. So like I'm watching the game with this guy next to me, and I'm like, so this is like watching basketball on TV, but a lot blurrier, right? And he's like, yep. Pretty much.
Why did you think I have interest in this?
I know. Well, I thought that's why I checked it out. I
could see that being good for a concert.
So there's the thing. So they had a major laser room, and you could go in and check out Major Laser. And they have a 2 Chainz concert on 420, by the way. So I checked out the Major Laser one. It's the same situation. The idea is cool, but everything is so blurry that it's like I would just rather watch it on TV and be able to like see who that is. It's just like I can see like that's a white guy. Is that Diplo? I can't tell. I'm not sure. It's just like a white blur. So in theory, it's kind of cool, but on the Oculus Quest 2, maybe that's something that's better on a higher end system. But there was some big Oculus Quest news today. There's a new software update that's letting you play games off the PC wirelessly. You used to have to buy like $100 cable and connect it and run the games that way, but now you can run the games off the PC and it'll send it wirelessly. So people are excited about that, and also it's going to support 120 hertz, which is also exciting. I am Nick Pedro writes in and asks, will skills built in VR table tennis translate into playing the game in real life? You're going to have to, you're not going to learn how to play table tennis, playing 11 table tennis, unless you have a coach who's teaching you, because there's no lesson in there. It's just, you still have to learn the form and stuff. But yes, if you learn the form and practice in VR, it will translate to real life. Shipwreck, that should be your goal, man.
I have a lot of goals.
I know.
Already.
I know. I figured. And at Brandon writes in and asks, what VR apps would you consider the killer apps for Wombat and Shipwreck? Shipwreck, I'm not going to ever get convinced Shipwreck. Wombat, only some exercise thing, because he's that game Supernatural, maybe. That I saw, our friend Job is really into Supernatural and's lost a ton of weight doing that.
I know. Every time I see his clips, I'm like, that seems like it could be fun.
But that one, you need probably less space for that one. I'm not sure. But then again, it's, it's a $300 piece of exercise equipment, which is not bad for exercise equipment that you could put away and do other things with it. It's a pretty good value, actually. So I would say, yeah, that game, what did I say it was called? Supernatural, right?
I'll take your word for it.
Super hot. They're super hot, Supernatural.
Super hot. I would actually really like to play.
It's awesome. It's so, and the wireless aspect of that makes it so awesome, because you could literally be on the floor doing those movie moves where you're rolling around with the 2 guns, taking people out. It's pretty
Well,
awesome.
That
In
does seem
slow
like
motion.
fun.
In slow motion.
I know. It seems like fun.
It seems like fun. Tell Mrs. Wombat, maybe for your birthday.
I got a book, remember?
But it's still
For 3
time.
of
There's a
those
lot of
books,
time.
you could get a VR.
I know.
And the book isn't going to help you exercise. It could,
No, I spend too much of my time looking at dresses for a bat mitzvah today. So no.
so you could do that in VR, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got? That's it for the Quest Corner. Let's move on to Sony. There was a PS5 system update today. Shipwreck, you're the only one of us who has a PS5. Have you?
How was that update?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I mean, it's not
Did
much
you
else
plug
to
in
look
that
forward.
extra USB storage so you could transfer games onto your hard drive when you want them?
I like that they led with that. Like, this is our big new feature, is that you can just transfer data to an external drive that you can't play the games off of.
What else they got?
It's what you've been asking for since day one.
I haven't been asking for anything. It's fine. It's a unremarkable next gen system so far. I don't know.
COVID
Controller's
hasn't
kinda fun.
helped, but yeah, I mean, I think COVID is certainly hurting the next gen
You
systems.
can get the extra costume for Alloy from Horizon Zero Dawn if you in Fortnite. If you play with her on Fortnite, you get the extra costume.
I'm not going to do that.
Saying,
Why would I do that?
I don't know why you would do that. That's why
Um,
I did that with Master Chief. I got the extra Master Chief costume that way.
The extra Master Chief.
Yeah, Master Chief in Fortnite.
Wait, you got an extra costume for him in Halo, or you got an extra costume for him in Fortnite?
In Fortnite by playing
Why would
with
I?
him. in
Why would I? Why
Doesn't
would
play
on
I?
the
Fortnite.
Xbox Series
Why would I
X?
care if I had another Alloy costume in Fortnite?
I don't know why you would.
I thought you were
do
telling
like-
me that I would, if I played Fortnite, it unlocked something in the actual game.
Nope, just in Fortnite.
What's the? Okay,
We
Mhm.
know you like to collect digital things, so maybe you'd like to.
Maybe you'd like that.
Maybe not.
I don't know. I'm up for PS5 updates. I'm looking for more update.
What about game updates? What about like
Some
another half of that Spider-Man game?
I mean, we've played through that Miles Morales game almost twice now. Dashiell's just about through it the second time. So I
That's
played a lot of
funny.
that Miles Morales game. And I've played a lot of PS4 games on it. But
What and the Abe's Odyssey or whatever that's Oddworld.
I haven't played any more of that since last week. But I was busy. I wasn't playing a lot of video games this last week.
All right.
But yeah,
Alright.
that really shows off the power of the PS5.
Oddworld. Perfect. Yeah, they needed that. Let's move on to Nintendo. We've got a Switch Ludes with Uncle Banky. This is a quick one. This is a small game called Delicious Pretty Girls Mahjong Solitaire. It's only like $5 or something. So
I like Mahjong Solitaire.
sure. So Mahjong with pretty anime girls. Very relaxing. Has an easy mode as well. You can play with a controller and a cursor, but you should really be using the touchscreen. That's what they want you to be doing. They want you to hands-on experience. It says, speaking of winning and busts, play several rounds of Mahjong with each girl, build some combos, and you'll slowly be able to get her undressed. No outright nudity, but plenty of titillation. I don't know what that means. Like tits with no nipples? Is that what that means? Terrific artwork, including a gallery mode to review what you've unlocked, as well as cute upbeat music. Thanks to our friends at East Asia Soft for the code. So that's Delicious Pretty Girls Mahjong Solitaire. Thank you, Uncle Banky. Let's move on to the CAG bag. Travis writes in and he says, hey guys, huge fan of the CAGcast, but never written in. I've been listening every week now since 2008. My question is regarding new consoles. My One X is running slower and slower, and my intentions are to get a Series X, especially take advantage of those quick load times. Basically, he cannot successfully buy an Xbox Series X, and he wants to know if there's any tips. He's following at Video Game Deals and I guess other accounts, but he just cannot score. I felt like the Series X was supposed to be one that you could actually get. And it's the PS5.
Well, it's still no, they
It's
still
still
both
hard.
sell out. Like they
Yeah,
come up.
one
it
sells
seems like
out
Series
in-
X comes up more often, but
Yeah. One sells out in 30 seconds. The other one sells out in 35 seconds. So yeah, I guess that means it's easier to get one.
Right. It's easier, but I guess still very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. I you just gotta get lucky. Wait it out.
Quit your job and just do this full time. And then once you get an Xbox, first of all, there's no reason to like rush to get an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5 right now. This is just like a holding pattern right now until the new games come out. I mean, the big news is that you can now use an external hard drive on the PS5, but you got nothing to put on it. So it's like, don't worry about it. Chill for a few months, and by the time Halo comes out, you're only going to want this thing in the fall anyway. That's when all the big games are going to hit, and you'll be able to get one by then, no problem.
No problem, he says.
it might still be a problem.
They were all on that boat that was stuck in the Suez Canal. You just gotta wait.
Is that what happened? Is that,
Actually, that's not entirely untrue.
really?
Yeah, there were not necessarily that boat, but some of the boats that got stuck behind that boat most likely had consoles on them.
Right.
So yeah, I would expect some delays that might actually be due to that, which is kind of sad.
It's really the components that are the big delays. All the electronic components that go into these things. I mean, auto manufacturers right now have lines shut down, or they're shipping, like Ford shipping like F-150s, I think, to dealerships without the entertainment packages in them. They're just blank because they don't have room at their manufacturing facilities to keep them. The lots have the room for the trucks, not where they're made at the assembly plants.
Oy.
But they don't have the electronics that go in them. So, no, it's a very tight market on electronics right now.
I see. Let's give a shout out to Oil Beef Hooked, who's our listener from Hell, Norway. Did you know
You
that?
got to read that right.
Oil Beef Hooked.
Now say it as one word.
Oil Beef Hooked.
Now say it like
I'll be fucked. Is that what I'm supposed to say?
uh-huh.
Is that a Norwegian joke?
I think it's actually I've always heard it as a Scottish joke.
Oh.
It'll be fucked. But whatever. Still funny.
Anyway, he had a question about me being in Saints Row, but I'm not quite sure what the question was because
He wanted to know how you got into Saints Row.
I paid money. It was a charity auction, and
There
I
you go.
won the auction.
Congratulations.
That
Question
was
answered.
That was it. I
Mhm.
did it. Well, nobody called in to do the CAG bag. I'm paying
That's
this money for
because
this.
we have bad listeners. I don't know.
I'm paying money for this phone number, guys. Don't make me throw this money out the window. You got to call in, but now it's too late because now it's time to go to bed. Really, I feel.